Daughters don't let daughters discern alone. Okay, so y'all get in here. Y'all get in here so we can talk about this. First of all, let me give a shout out to the real MVPs of that incident. Okay, Renee and Kim. Did y'all see how fast they ran? Did y'all see how fast they ran up that child? Said, where they come from? Child, they just, before I knew it, they was right there. Okay, they was on the job for God. Do you hear me? Y'all can't tell me that they weren't divinely placed there on that day. Okay, so shout out to y'all. Okay, Kim and Renee, child, y'all did it. Okay, so y'all, here's the thing. Okay, now y'all know I'm a discerner, right? So y'all know I done already told y'all how my mind works. I think about things like, okay, what? There's gotta be more to the story, right? Of course there's more to the story. I told y'all I don't believe in coincidences. I don't believe in coincidence. And I just know, you know what I mean? I just know that sometimes things are not the way they seem on the surface. Okay? Stay with me here, okay? Now here's what I'm thinking. Why was that issue so serious? I know y'all were thinking this too, right? Everybody was thinking this. What had happened to make it so serious to be like where it just went like left like it did? So y'all know in my mind, I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? There's gotta be more. Because after I analyzed it, I thought about my part in it. Okay, I take responsibility for my part. Okay, but there's more to it because it's just a lot, right? It's just a lot. It just didn't say, okay, just the level of like anger and aggression just doesn't seem like it really matches the situation, right? So then, of course, I get to thinking, because y'all know, like, I'm analytical, but now, okay, so I gotta admit this, okay? Like, sometimes I don't really know. Like, sometimes I could be discerning, like, analyzing things, critically thinking about things, reading between the lines, thinking about things backwards and forwards, through and all the things. But sometimes, like, I have to admit that I wonder if it, like, borders on a little bit of paranoia, right? A little bit of, like, conspiracy theory-ish. Then, of course, I ask myself, is that bad? Is that bad that you get in, like, your conspiracy theory mind, or you start thinking about, are things deeper than what I initially thought? I know y'all feel me in this. I know I'm not the only one who is like a discerner through and through. And it's just like, when a situation happens, I start thinking about that thing. Okay, all these moving pieces, all these moving people, all these moving parts. I want to understand what is happening. You know? See, it's something more. It's something more to this, right? Okay, I'm just gonna let y'all into this process of mine. Okay. Now I thought y'all know, right? True enough, I line dance, right? So like, when I told my son about, I told both of my sons, right? But one of them in particular, when I told my son about what happened, I was like, this lady tried to fight me in line dance class. You know, it was like unbelievable. And he was like, what happened? Did you outstep her or something? I was just like, because it just seems so petty. So when things seem so petty, it's okay. Maybe there's something deeper here. Now, y'all know also with my whole like discerning mind / conspiracy theory mind / a little bit of paranoia here, I think about things like on a spiritual sense, right? So can't nobody tell me that it wasn't like some spiritual stuff going on, okay? It was giving demonic energy. It was. Y'all synced it, okay? Don't put me out there where I'm the only one going to admit this, okay? Y'all synced it. It seems like it was a little bit of demonic energy going on. And I'm real sensitive to that stuff, right? So then I asked myself, okay, self, what is this about? Let's think about things on like, okay, we think about things on a natural level. This is what happened. This is what we see. This is what we feel. This is what we, in our natural sense, right? But also like things also, everything is spiritual, right? So all while you're thinking about things in its natural sense, you have to think about things in the spiritual sense as well. So y'all know I got this whole situation going on with my father, right? Everybody knows this, right? This is why the whole I am somebody's daughter thing came up, the whole thing, right? So everybody knows I got this thing going on with my father. And the thing with him, right? He's a deceiver, right? And I'm a discerner. Of course, I didn't realize this until like after I wrote the first book, and like going through the process of speaking out about it, sharing the story, and especially like when I started sharing, and then I had a lot of like pushback from family members who are also clergy, right? They're also in the ministry. So it seemed weird to me why I would have like family members who are pastors. You guys know, I like famous gospel artists, my first cousin, and that whole side of the family, my father's side of the family, is all like in ministry, right? So I think about the pushback that I got from them and how you would think with them being in the ministry, everybody like being in the ministry, that it would be more push, more concern for like spiritual healing and lessons being learned and growth, right? And seeing that. But it wasn't like that. It was more so, okay, don't talk about this. Don't put my father in it. Don't put my so-and-so in it. Even though like they all had their parts, right? Like we all have our parts. Like you saw me, the last video, I own my part. But then I think, okay, there's this very real situation that's happening, right? So it's happening on a natural sense and it's happening in a spiritual sense. Because you guys know my father is still a pastor, right? And he lives in the same county I live in, right? Which is like both crazy and badass. Because it's crazy because like, how are you going to talk about your father, expose your father, and he lives right down the road? You know what I'm saying? His church is right down the road. But then it's also, wow, like you're bold enough to say, no, I don't care where you live. You can be right around the corner. And I'm still going to expose this because exposing is what heals it. This is what stops it and what heals it. So if you're not going to expose it, then like what you really have an intention for it to continue, right? If you don't actively do something to stop it, then you are like by default, you're actively doing something to keep it going. Your inaction is action. Okay, so I'm thinking about all this stuff that's going on, right? Spiritually, naturally, and it just doesn't seem like this situation is really making a whole lot of sense, right? So then I say, okay, is this at all, right? Because I ask the question, then I marinate on it, I think about it. Is this at all tied to my father? Am I the only one who thought this? Am I the only one who thought this? Y'all let me know. Am I the only one who thought this? Okay, like, what's the connection here? And y'all remember, right, when I did the first video, and when I did the first video, I told y'all, I was like, I don't really like have family here. And I told y'all, I've always been really keen on the fact that I'm like an outsider coming into like where people like already knew each other. Like that's the small town thing, right? Like I love the small town feel, but also there is like a small town like bias too. Like it's like a little bit of who are you, where you from? These are like we people, but you're not from here. We don't know you type of thing. And I've always been keen on that, right? So like when I was just received so well in Anniston in this area, I was just like, thank God, because it just always makes me feel like I don't belong. Like I always just felt like nowhere was home, but now this feels like home, right? So mind you, my father preaches here still, right? And before my uncle died, he lived here. He would have interacted with the same people. See, this is the thing. Just like I was saying to y'all, my parents always just tell me, you better not ever talk about anybody because everybody's related. Because like you start talking about somebody and you like, oh, that's my cousin. Whatever. That's one of those, I guess people who are already like who are from a small town and they don't really go outside too much. You don't really know what it's like for people who like come into a small town or like a close knit town and they're like the outsiders. It's a whole different perspective. I told you I was always keen on that. But when this situation happened, I just thought to myself, like that same type of anger and aggression is not unfamiliar to me. Like I saw that growing up. I saw like that same like where it was just like so disproportionate. It was like this is the thing that happened or this is the perceived offense. But like your reaction to it is whoa. Like you would think I just committed the ultimate of offenses. But that's not unlike how I grew up. That's how my father was. Like they say 0 to 100 real quick. And I always had to be like real keen on when I would see like little signs that he was going there. Because he could just go there so quick. It's like you have to really watch it. Like you had to watch him, you got to know like his mannerisms. And I told you guys this in the book, it's like in his eyes, it's in his face, it's in his lips, it's in his posture. Like you can just tell, right? You could tell when someone is like, when there's like a spirit almost that comes over them. No, not almost, it is. That's what it is. It's like a spirit that comes over them and it's just wild. And I just thought like, that's the same type of spirit like that my father has. And once you start being real keen on these types of spirits, you really learn how to identify them like really quick. You start seeing the signs. They're not like, the game hasn't changed. You know what I'm saying? It's just new players. But like the game is the same. So the spirits that you'll see, like the behaviors, the mannerisms, the way they talk, the way they move, stuff like that, the way they think, like it's like the same. So it's like when you learn one, which is why I'm highlighting so much of what my father does or did, because it's like when you learn him, if I could just teach you guys about him and you really learn it, then you'll learn about all these other spirits that are out there that are the same. And I just so happen to know that there's this spiritual connection there where this behavior is the same, the spirit is the same, this demeanor is the same, the level of anger and aggression is the same. So I see it there, but also there is the family connection, right? Just like I told y'all. They said, my parents always just say, don't talk about nobody because everybody's related, they're connected some type of way when you go into a small town, when you're an outsider. So could it be possible that because of what I'm doing, because of this exposure, because of this situation, that the level of anger and aggression is either spiritually like the same or there really is a connection there, like in the natural sense. I know everybody's not cool with what I'm doing. You guys, like I posted some stuff, like you guys see, everybody's not cool with it. A lot of people still feel like things should just be buried. It should just be between the people they so-called feel are involved, or just keep it quiet, or you're going to make the whole thing look bad. Because that's what I was told. I was told I was making the whole class look bad, basically. And that it should just be between us. But I don't agree. I don't agree. And what are you going to do about it? Really, what are you going to do about it? I don't agree. I hear you. And if you present a reasonable explanation of why you believe that, then, I'll consider it. But when I asked these people if they had even watched the video, like one person told me to take the video down because it makes the class look bad. But then I asked her if she even watched the video and she said no. So it's y'all, where's your discernment? Where's your discernment? Like, at least before you ask me to take the video down, go watch it so you know what you're asking. Lord. But see, that's why I can see that there is such a need for us to really talk about discernment, because it doesn't even matter like how long you've been in church, how long you've been in ministry. You can still see that a lot of people are not using their God-given gift of discernment. I'm requesting that before you get in my inbox telling me what I should do, go to God first. Ask God, to activate your gift of discernment so that when you are talking to me, you got some sense about what you're asking. I'm over here thinking about this, right? I'm analyzing the situation. I'm showing you what it's like to think critically and to make wise decisions in your life. And even when you don't, when you fail, like I did in this situation, right? You acknowledge that and you take accountability for it and you don't do it again. And then hopefully, right? Because in this day and age, why do you have to learn all the mistakes yourself? Why can't you learn from someone else's mistake? But if we're just told, don't even share that, don't put that out there, then who are we helping? Like, we're not helping anyone, much less ourselves. What y'all got to say about this? What y'all got to say about this? I think that there's more to it, y'all. I think there's more to it. I think that there is a connection to my father some type of way. You got to remember, like, his church ain't empty. It's people who still go. People who live here. And not everybody agrees. And sometimes people get real cult-like and real dangerous about their favorite pastor who is being exposed. This is what I want to ask you. What is so wrong about the man standing on the carpet and answering for his own behavior? What's wrong with that? And it's mostly y'all women too. Yeah, it be y'all. It be us. Like, I'm saying us, but I ain't really with y'all on this. I'm not. I got to separate myself, y'all, okay? Listen, plot twist, the weak got to separate themselves from the tares, okay? In this day and time, you got to separate yourself. I'm not with y'all on that. I'm not. Because if there's an accusation being made, then that person should be able, a grown man who calls himself a pastor, now he done elevate himself to a bishop. Why can he not stand on the carpet and answer for his own behavior? But it be some of y'all that be out there trying to cape for these people. Make them answer for themselves. I don't know if there is a connection, but I know that spirit is the same. I know that spirit is the same. Renee and Kim, I gave y'all a shout out because y'all were the real MVPs that day, child. Y'all ran up so quick, child. I didn't even know where y'all came from. It's just like y'all just appeared. It was like God just placed y'all there. Just like, here's Renee and Kim. They got you. So I thank y'all for that. I really do. But y'all, I'm just saying, I think that there's a plot twist, y'all. Like Renee, Tara, this is what I was saying. There is a connection with my father somehow. And y'all remember when I posted that recording? We're going to go over the recording too, because I still haven't broke it down for y'all. Okay, I still owe y'all that. But y'all remember that recording I played for y'all where my father was speaking curses over me. Do y'all realize that? He was telling me what he wanted to happen to me if I really left him and I left the church. That's what that was. My father was speaking word curses. Do y'all believe in word curses? Do y'all believe in that? My father was saying that if I go anywhere else to sing, like if I sing, like he was like, if you sing in a nightclub, like y'all know sometimes I go and do karaoke, right? I still think about what he said. I still think about what he said because he told me that someone was going to come in there and shoot me. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that on the recording? Did y'all hear when he said that like I was going to be ran out of places and stuff like that? And then I see what is happening right now and it's just, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It's awfully strange. This is awfully strange. And I'm just saying, I think that there might be a connection, y'all. Now, I might be conspiracy theorizing or whatever. Right? Theorizing. Is that a word? Or I might be a little paranoid, right? But I can't even say I'm paranoid because, like, I'd be right to be, right? So it's not paranoia if there was really an actual threat. People that was actually, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be paranoia if it didn't really exist, but it just does exist. Okay, y'all saw it. Y'all synced it. There's more to it, y'all. And I think that we need to keep going. We need to keep going with this. Sometimes there are obstacles in your way that are really like, you need to stop, okay? It's just like, they're real obstacles to stop you. But sometimes there are obstacles that are deliberately trying to slow you down, and you got to discern the difference. They're there to stop you, to slow you down from your God-given purpose. And there are times when it's like God puts in roadblocks, and you got to discern the difference. But here's where I am with this. I think that was a sign, you guys. I'm taking it as like all good, right? Because I already know I'm a believer, and I just believe that whatever Satan meant for harm, God is just gonna turn around for my good. So I'm always gonna win. Like, that's just my belief system. I know that pisses the devil's off, but it just is what it is. So I'm gonna take everything that happens as a blessing, a lesson, whatever. It's all good to me. Now I have my moment of hurt and embarrassment and shame or whatever. It wasn't like I wasn't punished in this situation. Like, I got some consequences off of this. But ultimately, I believe that this is a blessing. But maybe in the sense of this is really opening up our eyes to like the depth of this spiritual battle that is happening. And y'all, even if you don't believe, y'all cannot say that there is not like this deliberate attempt to deceive people. And like everywhere you go, everywhere you turn, they, whoever they is like deliberately trying to deceive you. Deliberately messing with your discernment, child. Like, how can you even discern when there's just so much misinformation, so much deception, so much lies, so much manipulation? So even if you don't believe, you got to acknowledge that there is a lot of that out there right now. And it just seemed like it's on a whole other level that I've just never seen before. And you can see where like our kids, even adults, like you can see the adults in this situation, right? Where people just aren't critically thinking about things, right? They're not analyzing the situation. They're not thinking beyond this moment or beyond their feelings and emotions. Like, I'm a believer that like you don't just dismiss your emotions, right? But you don't give them full weight in your decision-making process, right? They got to have a certain amount of percentage. But your emotions should not be 100% of why you made a decision. But that these days, right? And it doesn't matter how old the person is or how young the person is. When you ask a person, why are you doing this? Go ask her. Ask her, why are you doing this? Follow the logic. Follow the logic there. Ask your child, why did you do this? No. They don't even know. They don't even think. What, really, y'all, what was supposed to happen if she really fought me? Really, y'all? Answer me that. Okay, what's going to happen after the fight? And then what? And let's just say you get the better of me and you beat me up. I'm still going to be filming. You'll catch the whole thing on film. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm live. What's going to happen then? I'm still going to be doing me, right? She'll still be doing her. You got to think beyond that moment of I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm frustrated, I'm going to get this person, I want to beat this person up. Then what? Then let's just say that this is your situation and you're like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to beat them up, whatever. They making me mad, they pissing me off, you know what I'm saying? She outstepping me, like my son said. And then what? What if she actually hurt me? What if that happened? What if I hurt her? And then like when I talk about this privately to people, then I'm like, y'all, like I was actually traditionally trained. Like I could actually kill somebody with my bare hands. Like I've been taught that stuff. I'm good on multiple weapon systems. And I exercise my rights. So what would have happened if I had gotten the better of her? What would have happened if this had escalated even more? We have to be able to think beyond the right now. I'm mad right now. I'm pissed right now. You know what I'm saying? And then what y'all be doing? Y'all be looking so crazy. I be seeing the videos, y'all. I be seeing the videos. Y'all. Oh, you know what I'm saying? And then here she is. She gonna throw her stuff on the floor. It's ridiculous. Like we are really being ridiculous. But then, if you are a discerning person, then you have to ask yourself, what is going on here? Why is this so out of control? Why is this so crazy? Own your part, but also think beyond the surface. Maybe it's a jealousy thing. Maybe it's an energy thing. I don't know. Maybe I did something that I just wasn't aware of. Maybe what I did was really that. I don't know. But a discerner thinks about these things. Is this an isolated thing? Or is this something deeper? And I have to look at all the connections there. There are multiple connections there. I thought about this, y'all. And like I said, I could be wrong. I could be. But I'm going to err on the side of caution, first of all. Okay? But also on the side of there's more to this than what's on the surface. And I'm not going digging, right? Like, I'm not going to go dig for this connection. I don't really care. That's enough, right? Like, this part of the discernment process is enough for me, right? I don't need to, like, have concrete proof. I got to go investigate. And yeah, there are times for that, right? There are times where you need to go deeper and you need to know, right? But there are times when you really don't. I already know enough to make a decision. I already know enough. Okay? I don't need to know no more. Okay? I don't need no more lesson in this situation. I know enough here to know that something ain't right. And I don't know about those words that my father was trying to speak over me. I don't know. I don't know if what it makes it real is if I believe it, or what makes it real is I think that sometimes people actively do things, say things, put things in place to make themselves right. And could this have been something that was of my father's orchestrating? It's worth thinking about. Think about it, y'all. Is it? Or you just feel like I'm off on this? Like, you can tell me. But I just think there's more, y'all. And this was a bit of a distraction. This threw me off for a good 2.5, 3 weeks. I'm still talking about it, right? So this already threw me off. But not really, right? Because, again, I'm all right with things being revealed and things being exposed. Because who knows what, who knows why? The why, even like on a divine level. You know what I'm saying? But I just think that old man is behind it, y'all. That spirit is just ugh. So I think that's why we got to continue to expose it. We have to. We have to, y'all. We're making progress, and I don't think we really even realized we were, right? Because a lot of us has come together like on this platform, and we have just, okay, like y'all have just been like understanding, and I know y'all been praying for me. I feel it. I know it. And I believe that you discerned in this moment. That's what your job was. Keep me in prayer. Keep me lifted. Keep sending them, sharing the video, like the video, because all of that helps. All of that helps. And you think it's just a minute thing. It's just a little thing that doesn't really matter, but it does. It really does. And so I think we're making great progress here, and it'll all really begin to make sense as we peel back the layers even more. But just not for 1 second do I think that this situation that has happened is just like a surface level thing. I believe it's spiritual. I believe everything is spiritual. And so I feel like we're doing the right thing, y'all. No, I believe we are doing the right thing. It's not a feeling. I believe we are doing the right thing. And that is why these types of situations happen. Is we're supposed to get more from it. We're supposed to get the download. Like everything that God is trying to show us through these situations, through these events, through these incidences that happen. I'm always asking God, okay, what do you want me to get from this? What's the lesson here? What do we need to get from this? I want to get everything that God has from a situation. Like, give it to me. Give it to me. So there's more. So y'all gonna have to stay tuned, honey, because we're peeling back the layers here. Okay, we are peeling back the layers, and we didn't even know it. We didn't even know it, y'all. But just know. Get that discernment, y'all. Y'all better activate. I'm telling you, y'all know I got a God discernment challenge. I'm going through and switching from the app that we were using before to a different platform where you guys will be able to do the God discernment challenge. You'll be able to get all the material that I have for y'all. I've been working like behind the scenes. That's what I've been doing. But y'all are gonna see, like, y'all gotta activate your discernment. It's more to things. It's more to things than you think. Okay. And there's a lot of deception out there. And sometimes those blinders on, you don't see the connections. You don't see how people are using you, manipulating you, controlling you. And I know that's that spirit that my father has.
Charging you endure this hardness. If you only knew what I've been through and what I'm still going through, 5 years of attacks. You, oh my goodness, some of you couldn't have made it a week. 5 years and I'm standing as a soldier and I'm still growling. You judge whether I growl or not. Come on. I'm still right here. I ain't did nothing to nobody. Period. I'm standing right here waiting on my change. My change. Hey! Hallelujah. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. It is my prayer. Amen, brother. I love you. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I really don't see where he's going to change. Right now, I just feel like he reprobate. I just feel like that's just what he wants to be. But he's a deceiver. And there are some people who, like, that's like their full-time job is to deceive you. Think about the posts and stuff that you see on social media that like deliberately lead you wrong. You gotta think there's really people who are just like, that's what they do. They just stir up chaos by deceiving people. So in this day and time, your discernment got to be on point. You really can't afford to not have it. Like, it's a life and death thing at this point, right? It's the difference between you getting scammed and going broke, being homeless, being destitute, being unalived, being abused. Like, it's a life and death thing. Okay, so you can't afford to not have discernment and to not activate that gift and have your discernment on point. You already got it. Use it, activate it, use it. Okay, and tune in. So like everything that I'm doing is I'm trying to help you to really understand the discernment process and how it works. And sometimes you feel like you're a conspiracy theorist, or you feel like you're a little paranoid. Am I thinking clearly here by analyzing a situation like that? And then you start seeing where people are trying to just dismiss you, like, girl, don't even think about it like that. It ain't even that deep. It ain't. No, I'm discerning right now. Don't interrupt my discernment process with your doubt. No, I'm going to work through my process, and I'm going to make sense of what is happening where I can, and ask God for that understanding of in places where I can't make sense of things, or things just don't make sense, or I can't change it, or whatever the case may be. But you got to have discernment, y'all. You got to have it. So the plot thickens. This ain't over, okay? This ain't over, y'all, okay? Do you hear me? So I love y'all. Go back and watch the video. It'll be uploaded in just a few minutes. Bye-bye for now.